Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to check out the 34th most popular project in all games right now. It is Tiny Laser Heist, a hilariously awkward 3D heist game. This one was fan suggested in the comments, and I looked at the main image and I was like, yes, I want to check this out. I might even zoom in a little bit less on the people and a little bit more on this contraption right here, because that really, it just draws my attention in. It makes me want to play it. It makes me want to know how you construct this or how it works. Cooperate with tiny hands to steal jewels. Outwit your opponents. Don't hit the lasers. All right, this has already raised $128,000. I'd love to know the player length, the time count, the age. I'd love to see it zoomed in, but I want to check it out. So I feel like overall, the main image does a good job because this just looks different. It looks unique. It looks unlike what we typically see. As always, when we go into the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. Oh my God. It's the little things. I really like the fact that in the background there's tons and tons and tons of games. You know, that just makes me feel like, okay, hopefully this will have some gamery mechanisms. They've hopefully played some other, dexterity-style games. And, yeah, I'm excited. That looks really cool. Those rubber bands?
We're Evan and Josh, and this is Tiny Laser Heist. We make some other games like Ransom Notes and Abduction. But to us, heists are the ultimate game. From daring missions to plans just crazy enough to work, we think they're awesome. That's why we made Tiny Laser Heist, a 3D heist game where you out-negotiate your opponents and steal stuff with tiny hands. When designing this game, we quickly realized that to do this right, it needed to be a lot more than just cards and a board. So, you'll be robbing jewels from a three-dimensional miniature museum. They're guarded by stacks of color-coded padlocks, and you'll need the right keys to unlock them. Also, there's a bunch of lasers. Try not to set them off. Tiny Laser Heist is a lot more than just dexterity. Winning requires expert planning, negotiation, and deceiving your opponents. Each round, a new person is the mastermind, and they'll recruit their heist team based on the skill cards they have and negotiate what cut of the heist they're willing to work for. Harder heists are worth more money, but no one gets paid if you fail. Whoever walks away with the most cash at the end wins. You'll have 90 seconds to pull off your heist. If the time runs out, you can't stack the padlocks, or you trigger a laser, your mission fails. After each successful heist, more padlocks and lasers get added, meaning the heist reward gets bigger, but the game gets harder.
Come on, hurry!
And you're down. Okay, good. Watch your hand coming out. Watch your hand coming out.
Personal so far I like the video. I looks good. Take my strong hand. Is that what is that? Is that Scary Movie 2?
We're Evan and Josh.
Normally, a game like Tiny Laser Heist wouldn't get made. It's too big, and the components are too elaborate.
But after making 5 games over the last several years, we've really started to believe that tabletop games can be way more than just cards and dice.
We got the right plan to make this happen, and almost have the full team we need to pull this off. We're just missing one critical person. You.
So, are you in?
The shot took us half a day.
Too big, and the game's too loud.
Wouldn't get made.
Okay, after the video. Ended with a personal touch, agreed, like it. They mentioned Abduction, which I'm pretty sure you can find at like Walmart too. I've seen a couple of those games out in the wild, so cool. Do I want it? Yeah, I do. After the video, I think they did a good job. Can you do it? Yes, I feel like they did a good job at that, especially considering these are pretty complex components. And with pretty complex components, unique components that are different from a lot of the components you see in a lot of other games, I like seeing a pedigree. I like saying, oh yeah, we've made plenty of games, we've worked with manufacturers, and this is our 5th project. Not to mention all that actual gameplay footage of the prototypes look good. So can you do it? Yeah, I feel good. Do I want it? Yeah, how much is it? Hopefully, it'll beat around the bush. We get to the price. So, I am Josh, and Evan and Josh, very special game company. We make Abduction, Ransom Notes, Puns of Anarchy, Open Relations, Ships and Charty Party. Yeah, I covered Abduction. They did such a good job marketing this. Like, I want to go check out that community. Yeah, look at that. That's insanity. That is absolutely nuts. 1,500 new people were brought to Kickstarter last year from this project, which shows, that pushing the boat at the very beginning of your Kickstarter, that's huge. Because I'm going to say, that Kickstarter, I don't remember being wowed by it, but it's still crushed because they marketed it really well. They raised $400,000, and this one is out. Pretty sure it's at like Walmart right now. When will the games? I don't believe I've received mine yet. I'm looking forward to playing. Never mind, I thought I filled out the survey a while ago. Great, they're in here doing customer service. Looks good. So can you do it? Yes, no worries. Do I want it? Yes, after the video and the main image. Then how much is it? Hopefully it'll beat around the bush. We get to the price. Hi, we're Evan and Josh, the co-creators behind mischievous games like Ransom Note and Objection. Blah, blah, blah. Meet Tiny Laser Heist. That box is much smaller than I would expect it to be, which is fantastic. Like, I love that. Because that means we're probably going to have a semi-reasonable price here. 3 to 6 players, ages 14 plus, 45 to 90 minutes to play. Wowzers, that's a lengthy one. That is a lot longer than I was expecting. We designed Tiny Laser Heist so you can set up, learn how to play in under 5 minutes, but with enough strategy, play over and over. Some of our favorite parts, your teammates are different every round. Winning isn't just about dexterity. Cunning negotiation often beats physical skill. Every round is a fresh puzzle to solve. Cooperating with tiny hands is hilarious. So I do like this, focusing on why this essentially is 45 to 90 minutes and why there's enough game here to support that. So fun. You get to play with new partners every time. It's so silly, but also weirdly competitive. Also tiny hands. I never played a game like Tiny Heist before. Yep, the lasers actually trigger. Cool. Work together to make a crime. I just want a gameplay video and a price, really. I think at this point, recruit your heist team, pull off your heist, get paid for the job, heist get harder, lockpick. Yeah, I saw this. Money, get it, cool. What's in the box? 6 tiny hands, 10 security lasers, 28 colorful padlocks. I'm still curious to know exactly how those work. Ooh, there's an expansion, the Double Cross expansion. I would have mentioned that in the video. But if you're a serious mastermind looking for a more mind-bending and cutthroat game, we've designed the Double Cross expansion. This is going to add glitter locks. Ooh. Glitter locks add a self-generating logic puzzle to each heist, forcing you to come with an intricate plan of how you'll move locks. Wow, my ear really hurts. That's weird. Entirely new Double Cross skill. Ow, my ear. Finally meet the guard. Ooh, you're an adorable club. So yeah, looks like I want this expansion immediately. Tiny Laser Heist game theory. Hopefully there's a box big enough to fit both of them. A lot of people behind it. Ugh. Come on. Where's the price? Shipping is free. Okay, so I immediately hate the layout of this. So there's no real pledge area. I mean, it's over here, but if you're on iOS or mobile, that's an extra click you have to make. You're not spotlighting the shipping nearly well enough, I don't think. That is a huge drawing point, considering the majority of people are going to be from the United States of America on this. Yep, 1,311 backers from the United States of America. Yeah, I'd spotlight that. Free shipping, especially because at first glance, I expect this to be a much larger box than it actually is. So I think it would be even more impressive. All price in US dollar in your country. Here's 8 to UK, 21 to Canada. Got it. Other European shipping for retailers, stretch goals plus contests. We know stretch goals are often a part of a campaign. If you're not familiar, they're adding. Yeah, got it. We've decided we're not doing stretch goals for this campaign, blah, blah, blah. Okay, which is probably why this one has teetered down to 31st in popularity, or 37th, or whatever it is. But it makes it so it's a lot more likely to come out when they want it to come out. So let's go over here. They're forcing me essentially to go over here. $50 for the base game. I don't feel like that box really screams $50, but I feel like the setup of everything inside the box screams $50. So yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. No $1 reward. Get bent, I'd say to them. And then the big one, $75 gets you the base game and the expansion. That feels like a really solid price. 2 of them. We got 11, 2 base games plus 2 expansion packs. We got 67, and we're in out the door. Feels like much more of a pre-order, honestly. So June 2024, so they're hoping to have this for the Origins Gen Con-esque release, even though I'm not sure if they're at conventions. I think they might be. I think I might have seen their booth, and I remember I was very uninspired if that is in fact the case, because I think I've seen that. I think I've seen these games like in the back of Origins at booths that were just like the kind of ones that you like walk by or stand by when you need to get a drink or tie your shoes. It wasn't a very exciting booth, if I'm thinking correctly. But this is definitely the kind of thing that will definitely draw eyes to your booth. Like, that's going to look great set up. So I'm torn, honestly. Like, I feel like this story is pretty weak, but I feel like the video does such a good job with the heavy lifting, and the price is great. Honestly, I would put on the marquee $50 free U.S. shipping. Because I think that is some great stuff there. And look how much extra space we have in this description. You could mention the free United States shipping. You could mention the fact that this is a 45 to 90 minute game. Because once again, those are really interesting aspects to this game. Like, when you look at the front of this game, are you saying, yeah, that's a 45 to 90 minute game? Probably not. It actually concerns me that it's really going to outstay its welcome. Which also, once again, leads me to the where the hell's a gameplay video? That seems really, really odd. Especially considering you clearly shot many gameplay snippets at different locations, just not having anything at all. What's the player count, the time, length, the age again? I know it's here. 3 to 6, okay. Yeah, so this story, pretty weak. Pretty weak story, I gotta say. And then 18, 18 and it's unorganized. I check out Reload from Colossal Games and I'd organize this because if my question is question number 17, I'm going to have to go through 16 other questions, which is super annoying. How does a turn begin? Once again, gameplay video, rule booklet. There's no gameplay video. There's no rule booklet. Is this game appropriate for everyone? No. I'm going to guess no. I think they did a really good job putting all the alcohol around it when they were playing it to clearly say this is not for kids. The content is, but the activity might, yeah, there's, like, I feel like my 10-year-old, my 7-year-old gets super frustrated even trying this. What are the components made of? Yes, that's what I really wanted to know as well. And once again, these are all questions that you should have known that you needed in your story. The big one is, what the hell's the laser? The frame, locks, pedestals, and jewels are all made of plastic. I don't care if the stuff's made out of plastic. I can clearly tell those are made out of plastic. I want to know what the lasers are, because that looks like the coolest aspect of this game, honestly. Those lasers are going to snap, and it's yeah. I would so make this into a drinking game, LOL. Yeah, I'm sure. I think this would be great for that. How does a turn end and how long do turns last? Like, this is all stuff that shouldn't have to be answered here after you've already launched. Like, that's just... And it just seems so inexcusable, too, when you know that you need these things. You've launched another Kickstarter project before, but once again, if I recall correctly, I was pretty uninspired with Abduction as well. But that video, I think the video does a lot of the heavy lifting. First contest, tell us your heist plan, and we'll illustrate our favorites. Ooh, okay. Yes, good. So they can clearly tell that their first two comments no one gave a damn about because there's no responses to it. Which really means something when you have 1,800 people here who are excited about your project and nobody responds at all. We went to Gen Con and there was an actual heist. So, yeah, they were at Gen Con. Oh, I missed this. So they didn't have a booth, I'm going to guess. But listen, if anyone asks, just tell us where this... Yeah, so why didn't you shoot something at Gen Con? Why didn't you just shoot, like, some gameplay videos? Why didn't you reach out to content creators and invite them to play the game so they can shoot content? Like, literally... I know that there's probably 10 to 20 content creators, if they would have reached out and said, hey, we did Abduction, it's in Walmart, it made $400,000, we got our next project, it's on Kickstarter right now, it's already made, well, I mean, it's actually a nice slow trickle up. I think they're doing great advertising there. But it's already made 50 grand, and we're, there's a good chance it might be in Walmart or Target or whatever, and we can potentially swing it. Like, I don't know if that's the case, but just the bottom line is, no gameplay video is simply inexcusable. No rule booklet, simply inexcusable. It looks Bush League, and it's a full point grade bump down. Like, just... And the worst part is, I feel like I've said this 3 times this week. It is not a hard concept. Get a damn gameplay video of your game up. Just period. You can go get a tripod off of Amazon for like $13. Sit your iPhone in it, shoot a video, and everyone will be happy. Sure, there might be like 1% are like, I'd like a higher quality video. But at the end of the day, the other 99% of people are like, cool, now I can watch this video if I want to. And just having the video there, even if people don't watch it, makes us feel more comfortable. And I feel like they knew that, which is why they included actual gameplay at the end of that video. But still, just inexcusable. We're so pleased with all the continued support this wacky game concept is getting. Can't wait for all you all to play in the meantime. And once again, that gameplay video would really show if the game is going to outstay its welcome. Because I hate to say this. I hate to say this because it looks fun. I want to play it. But 45, like a 90-minute game of this, that seems long. In the meantime, and maybe that's just because I haven't seen enough of it, because you didn't show me the rule booklet. You didn't show me the rule booklet for the expansion. Ick. So they're trying to get people to come in here, and this is what I always say. I say this every single week. If you want more engagement on your updates, ask people questions. Look at this. Just look at this. The other two, where they didn't ask questions, 0 comments. 0. Grand total. And this one's 24. It's just not hard. Ask people questions. Comment 70. That's really low as well. I don't see any mention of shipping outside the U.S. being customs friendly. Will I get hit with that? I'm wondering about this too. Yeah, I bet they will. Once again, that's just looks Bush League. You should mention that sort of thing. You should know you should mention that sort of thing, especially if you're launching $400,000 Kickstarters, which you're then getting onto the Walmart shelf. These are just the little things. Cross the T, dot the I's. It's easy, but they didn't do it. Thank you for early reply regarding the box sleeve solution. Hope for some good news on that in a future update. Yeah, they didn't mention box sleeve stuff. They didn't card sleeve stuff. They didn't mention if you could fit everything into the same box, at least not that I saw. I've gone through the rules once more. Oh, the rules. The rules are here. We're trying to limit rules as much as we can for creativity and feeling like a criminal purposes. I will say, in my 11 plus years of covering games, whenever someone says we're trying to go less rules, that's normally a bad thing. And I understand why they try and go less rules, but the bottom line is, when you're playing a game and you don't know for sure if you're doing something right, it's just a bad feeling. And once you have one of those, maybe it's not a big deal. But once you get 2 and you get 3, and then you're like, this is super annoying, and then you start, surely it's in the rule booklet. So you're fumbling through the rule booklet, you can't find it. And that's one of the worst feelings in games. When you are playing a relatively simple game, fumbling through the rule booklet, and you're like, did they just not put it here, or am I crazy? And you hand it over to somebody else, and be like, can you look through this? And of course they don't want to look through it, but they do it anyway. It's actually the mechanics that tend to limit a single player. So where was that limited single player from getting embargoed like you're describing? So where is that rulebook? So apparently the rule booklet is on here. I wonder if it's in the FAQ. I wonder if they did that finally. What is included in the box? What are the components made of? I want to sleeve my cards. And card counts. You didn't mention the card counts? Come on, man. Like, that's such Bush League. Like, this FAQ section, I'm going to go with that whole other half-point grade bump down. And I know you're saying, well, at least that information's good. That information should be on your story. And you should know that information should be on your story, because it's just, that's how you do things. How do you set up before playing? Once again, it'd be great if there was a full video of this, even if it was a 2-minute video. Hey, we're going to show you exactly how easy it is to set this thing up. How does the turn end? How long do you know if the help is? When does the game end? This is like, these are the rules. What do you plan to do with your Kickstarters? Make the game. These are stupid. What are the rules for the game? This is a very rough. This is it. That's the rule booklet. Come on, man. At least it's there, but come on. At least they put it up. At least they put it up. You know, it's like when my kid does something really, really, like, and I'm really frustrated, but I'm like, at least there's a bite-sized nugget of you trying to fix it. A 42% price increase for delivery to Canada, a neighbor of the U.S. Yeah, 21 seemed pretty high. Can you please reassess your... Honestly, I get it, though. They knew that the majority of people who are going to back this are from the United States. They have previous experience... with that. And so they just, look at that. Look at those numbers. And maybe that's because they didn't really try that hard on the rest of the countries, but so I don't have a problem with it. What I do have a problem is taking the time and effort to make sure that you could say we have free United States shipping and then burying it at the bottom. That seems, I used this word this earlier this week too. That just seems dumb to me. I cannot for the life of me, please, if you can think in the comments of why you, as someone who's making a game, would want to hide that information all the way at the bottom, instead of wearing it, just rip off your shirt, have that written on your chest, free United States shipping on this, $50 in and out the door. Now, granted, most people are not going to get the $50. Most people are going to go for that $75 because that's just how Kickstarter works, and because I feel like you got a reasonable price, but yeah, okay, let's give this one a final grade. Do I want it? Yes, I do. After the video, it looks like a very unique and cool concept. I'm worried about that time link. I'm worried about the age. I'm worried about the rules. I'm worried about the lack of a gameplay video. There's a lot of things I'm worried about, but at the end of the day, do I want it? Yes, they have a very cool looking game. Can you do it? Yes. I'm concerned about the rules. I'm concerned about the time length, but at the end of the day, this is their 5th game. It's only their 2nd Kickstarter. You know, it's rough. I'll give this the nod. Free the shipping, indeed. And then how much is it? Very reasonable price. $75 in and out the door from the United States of America? Are you kidding me for this and the expansion? It's a no-brainer. Why don't you spotlight that a little bit more? Instead, we have no pledge area at all. Like, I would just imagine, hey, like, right from the jump, $50, free United States shipping. Get the, like, you didn't mention the expansion in the video either. Like, there's so many, just shooting yourself in the foot. Luckily for them, they have such a unique and interesting idea. I think they're going to be able to overcome it pretty easily, and they clearly are doing some good front-end marketing. It looks like a nice, consistent tick up. But at the end of the day, final grade for this project, I feel like this game deserved better than this Kickstarter page. I feel like they did a lot of good. I feel like they did a lot of bad. So split the middle, and I'm going to go with a C-. Yeah, I think a C-. Just because it's like, how do you not mention the shipping? How do you not mention the price in your story? How do you not have a rule booklet? How do you not have D+. I'm going D+. D+. Still looks like a cool game, though. Tiny Laser Heist, a hilariously awkward 3D heist game. D+ seems harsh. C? Sean's going C? Yeah, I think I'm being harsh here, but there's no gameplay. No gameplay video. No rule booklet up until 3 days later, and the rule booklet is literally just buried in the FAQ. Instead of, because that's, I'm sticking with my D+ here, because this is just a missed opportunity to make your game better, too. Burying it as literally the bottom thing on the FAQ, instead of having it in the campaign and saying, hey, here's our tentative working rule booklet, please go through it with a fine-tooth comb, find any discrepancies, let's fix this, let's get this thing as good as possible, and it doesn't seem like they have the interest to do that. So I'm going to go with the D+. Tiny Laser Heist, a hilarious, awkward 3D heist game. I wanted more out of what looks like a really cool game, especially a gameplay video. But it looks like they have no plans of launching a gameplay video if they're this far in. They're like, yeah, whatever, you can get that. 16 days and you still don't have one up. I'm sticking with my D+. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Tiny Laser Heist. Am I being too harsh? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye. Oh, no, I need to go to this one and the stream, and then I go to that one.